All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brother Ra'aya.
It's the brother Kaya
of GMS New Orleans coming at you with another lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And to the few sincere Aqua out there that are diligently learning in silence. Shalom. And we're just going to get straight into it with Luke chapter 19. We're going to start at verse 41. And he knows in red letters, so it's Yahweh Shai speaking.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 41. It says, and when we was, is it 44?
41.
41. And when we was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in this thy day, the things which belonged unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thine eyes.
And we know, as it says in Romans chapter 15, everything written aforetime was written for our learning. This was Yahweh Shai, prophesying 70 AD, when those Romans were about to come down on Jerusalem and just completely wreck Jake. But hey, we're coming into the time when those modern day Roman soldiers are about to come down on Jerusalem again. And we know that Jerusalem's a people before it's a place. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are about to see the full horns of this devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, when he's about to come down again in great wrath. Because we're about to go into some articles showing that everything is being set in place for when this devil, the elites of the Edomites make their move. Hey, they're about to pull out all the stops with troops, kicking indoors, everything, to come against you American citizens. But hey, as we know, chiefly you Israelites, because what is called Jacob's trouble for a reason. This is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's judgment on you wicked 2/3 for constantly denying, the words of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai and his prophets. As it says, saying, if thou hadst known, even now in the least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace, which you have the prophets out here prophesying, telling you bad times are coming, and what you need to do to save yourself out of them. Return to your power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But now are they hid from thine eyes. The majority of our people, take this word as a joke and scoff at it. So what if the carrot didn't motivate you? Then the stick is going to motivate you. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, bringing down the wicked, which is his sword, as it says in Psalm 17, verse 13. Which, those that have their spiritual eyes and ears open, that this hasn't been hid to, are praying, just like David did in Psalm 17 and 13, that the Most High would cover him from the wicked, which is thy sword. We see that things are progressively getting worse out here. And when we go into those articles, that Esau's making major moves to come against our people. So we don't want that smoke. But as for you, Jakes out there that don't want to take heed, you're gonna get that smoke to where it's coming out of your nostrils.
I got a quick one.
You got it.
This is Isaiah 48 and 22. There is no peace, said Yahweh, unto the wicked.
Straight to the point. There is no peace unto the wicked, saith Yahweh. And our people are living after their father, the devil, out here. So they can be included in that wicked, and there's going to be no peace for you. And there's no peace for you right now with these prices, rising, these jobs not paying anything. And you got a lot of men and women out there complaining about how the American dream's over and what are we going to do? And we're still in a green tree. How much more, when that green tree is withered?
Yep.
And especially when you got troops on your ass, whether they be, National Guard, U.S. military, or especially these mercenaries or these foreign troops that are going to be patrolling the streets.
Yep. Real quick one, too. Jeremiah 8 and 15, I had thought of this one. We look for peace, but no good came, and for a time of help, and behold, trouble.
And where are they looking for peace and good from? As it says in Isaiah 30, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, that cover themselves under the shadow of Pharaoh. Things are getting worse, and what's Jake concerned with? Voting for Kamala Harris or voting for Donald Trump to make the situation better? You're jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. You're going to the very people that are about to bring this sword dead upon your head. And you've been warned constantly about these things to come. So when that judgment truly does come, hey, just like those Israelites during 70 AD, you're going to receive no mercy from the Lord.
Yeah, because our people desire to put a king over them that's not of our people. But even if they would have did it, if they would have voted our people in today, it'd have been the same results because biblical prophecy have to play out. But nonetheless, we're looking for a people to rule over us, a people of our enemies, man. That roar in the congregation. They speak about they set up their signs for an ensign and they roar in the congregation. Bible can show you get that in the songs. I'll look for it. You can hold what you got. And I just wanted to, because you mentioned on the wrath which this devil is about to bring forth in Israel and their peace and safety. That's when it's gonna come down on them, man. All right, but we're in the heart of our enemies, man, which they about to come down with a great wrath, which is gonna be the wrath of the Lord. I got you. Go ahead.
I got one to back up that statement you made where Jake is looking to put a king over him that's not even of their own nation, but for one definitely doesn't have their best interests at heart and is never shown to have their best interests at heart. Want to get yours first?
Yeah, real quick. Okay. This Psalm 74:4. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations. They set up their ensigns for signs. So with the enemies roaring, what that is? When a lion roars, he's ready to what? Devour, man. All right? Or there's something that follows this roar, which going to be some type of action. And all the actions, all the things that they have set in place to trap Jake is in place. The only thing needs to happen is chaos for them to start implementing certain, these certain, the brother put up a modern day FEMA camp, and it shows that it's ready to fit the people in there, man. All right, I'm gonna go in the chat and get that. All right.
And what does it say about the ensign?
It says they set up their ensigns for signs. I'm gonna get that word ensign too. You got it?
Got it. When you look at the definition for a word ensign, it says a flag that is flown as the symbol of nationality that may also be flown with a distinctive badge added to its design, a badge of office, rank, or power. And what? They're setting up that power. They're setting up their power right now. Jake's looking to vote, but your vote doesn't matter. And the people you're voting for are going to be the ones that are going to be roaring like lions coming against you, whether they be blue or red.
Yep.
But I had, wanted to back it up real quick.
You got it.
This is Lamentations chapter 4. I'm going to start at 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain, your insignificant help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Yep. Again, Jake looking to their enemies for help. These very same people who for the last, 500 or so years have been sticking their foot sideways in your ass. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. Yep. Who's known for having that symbol as the eagle? Esau. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Yep. And to back up that lion, what was it saying? Psalms 10, the wicked is like a lion waiting in the thickets, in the villages, snatch up the innocent for a prey.
That's right.
You Jakes have constantly been a prey for these Edomites. So what makes you think that now, 500 or so years later, of a history of violence, it's going to be any different, that you're going to get a history of peace?
That's right, brother. I still got that loot.
We're going to go back to that. Okay. You have something?
Nah, I got the loot.
Yeah, we'll go back to that loot. Because this is what's ultimately coming for whoever, it reminds me of the tagline for that movie, Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose.
For real.
Because whoever you vote for, it doesn't matter.
Two evils, right?
Hey, we got to get that real quick. That Revelation 13, those two horns like a lamb that spake as a dragon.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
Revelation 13 and 11. Because as it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, Rome being reborn back into the earth, with that culmination being America at the head. And he had two horns like a lamb, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Republican or Democrat. And he spake as a dragon, And if you ever notice, whichever president wins, it's always the same agenda. More wars, the price, prices go up, the dollar devalues, and more of your rights are taken away. Because these politicians are nothing more than puppets of the elites on board with that agenda, about to breathe fire like a dragon or roar like that lion.
That's right. This is a quote real quick from Aristotle. It says, the idiom, the lesser of two evils, can be traced back to ancient Greek philosophy, particularly the works of Aristotle.
Hey, back to the Greeks. Hey, they got that saying, all roads lead back to Rome. And Aristotle said the lesser of two evils. And when you talk to our people, that's what they always say. Well, I know they're both shit, but let's vote for the less runny shit. It's still a garbage option.
The less smelly.
The less smelly. So you're still getting screwed over. But, as it said back in that Luke 19:42, if thou hadst known, even now at the least in this day, the things which belong unto thy peace, coming back to your power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But what? They are hid from thine eyes.
Yep.
So with that being the case, it's about to tell you what comes next.
Yep. It says for the 43, Luke 19:43, for the days shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee around and keep thee in on every side.
And we know that during, 70 AD and the siege of Masada, they built a literal trench to keep Jake in. But what? They're doing that with their legislation right now. They're doing that by moving these foreigners in, moving this military equipment all across the country, which brothers post pictures of train tracks full of Humvees and all that, getting them into place. What? Setting that trench around Jake, so when they get the call to go to action, hey, Jake won't be able to escape.
Yeah, this is the land of unwalled villages. It's no way to defend itself, man. You got foreigners coming in from different lands, which they're allowing. They allow a border where you can cross over at any time. You can't just go to Russia and cross over like that, man. They got troops at the border. A different. They got
shoot your ass.
Yeah, they got defense cities, man. America was the whore that's defenseless, just like what in the ancient time of Rome. She's all in everybody other house. She's in everybody's house, man.
She got her legs open.
Yeah, she got her legs open, man. All right, setting up what those things is they set around garrisons. All right, and thousands of different places. Now they're spread thin here, so it's nobody to protect the American people. And guess what they did? They flooded this place with guns. Right, let everybody get drugs and guns. All right, so they can have a war, man. All right, it was all set up from the beginning, man. It's all to entrap you. Okay, they let the trains come in these neighborhoods like Chicago and different places and drop crates of guns off. All right, that's all that entrap Jake around those Hummers and them Humvees and those tanker trucks that be coming on the train tracks. What do you think they're doing with that, man?
Hey, I know people personally.
You see them all day.
I know people personally that were up in Chicago.
Yep.
That had friends.
Your people.
Yeah. That they found. They went into alleyways and would open up crates with Uzis and automatic weapons. Like, no, this shit's illegal, but we just left a crate in the alleyway. And just to show you that, it's the two horns like a lamb. You got Kamala saying, all them people in ICE detention, I'm gonna let them free. Let's leave the borders open Biden. And then you got Donald Trump. He was talking about building a wall, but now he's saying, look, we don't have enough American workers. We need to let them come in legally and make them workers. What does that sound like? Bringing more and more foreigners into the country.
Yes,
they just worded a little differently to fit their constituents, but at the same time, they're speaking as a dragon, because a lot of them foreigners coming across the border are sleeper cells, troops, and teists.
Yep.
But could you get verse 44 real quick?
This verse 44. It says, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children with thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy salvation.
And hey,
visitation, Salakia.
And just like Jake didn't take Yahushai's ministry seriously back then, thinking, that nothing would happen. Jake now is not taking Yahushai's ministry through the prophets seriously. thinking that it's just, oh, it's going to go on as normal. I just need to get that bag. But what does it say? And they, that enemy that's going to cast a trench around you, shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee. They put you down. They putting your children down. Hey, if you got the children inside you, they putting everybody down. And they shall not leave one stone upon another, which, if Yahweh Salakia, if Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai isn't with you, what? You can hide, you can run, you can do anything you want, but that judgment is still coming for you.
That's right. I got something for that real quick. This Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. It says, he that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him. And that hedge is what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the angels, all right? The protection, the benefits of the Lord. So if you leave that hedge, all right, a serpent gonna get you. And who's the serpent? All right, who's the chief serpent? Esau Edom, man. All right, along with what? All the alliance or the enemies of Psalm 83 also coming for you too, Jay.
Confederation.
They're confederate. Yeah. They're confederate against you, man. Full hatred. You got it, bro.
Kind of. But yeah, we're gonna get into these articles a little bit, because this is, an example of that troop, that enemy about to come in and cast that trench around you. So the first article is from the gatewaypundit.com, and it's titled,
Should not be defended.
Leo Holman, Pentagon issues federal directive allowing military to use lethal force against Americans, as video resurfaces showing Kamala, knee pads, legs up Harris, fantasizing about weaponizing DOJ against U.S. citizens.
Yep.
But I thought she was for, free speech and democracy and all that bullshit. And it's interesting. I believe this federal directive was put in place on September 27th. And then what did we just have? The hurricane up in North Carolina, and then down in Milton. And then you had those rumors going around that you had militia looking for FEMA personnel. But hey, that perfectly plays into, everything. It's coming to find out that story wasn't true. But what? That justifies why the DOJ put that in place to, get the military to come against U.S. citizens. Look, people are believing in deadly conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So in order to combat and keep our people safe, we need to have the military out here patrolling the citizens. As it says in 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Everything you're seeing coming out in the news has a darker agenda behind it. Setting up this NW0, taking away used people's rights, and when you try to fight back, putting you back down.
They got a brother in North Carolina that posted on his page, and shalom to that brother. He posted on a page that over 90-something bodies is unidentified or unclaimed as to the deaths in North Carolina. Just like random bodies just keep popping up, man. Mm-hmm. And they're unaccounted from. They're basically blaming it on Hurricane Helene, right? But we know, like you say, you got the military that the Zaquan speak about. You had the military in there killing. People was looting, doing all kind of sorts of badness, different things. And you had the military actually in there, man. So when all these so-called natural disasters come through, like in Florida, they're sending Blackwater troops and these agents and different people in there to do the cleanup dirty work, man. They did it for Katrina. Brothers have proof of this, man. All right, they're not only setting the HARP, using the HARP and different things like that, but they're also bringing in their own military. All right, throwaway militant guys or whatever to also clean the people up too, man.
And what did they show you in the first purge? That they had them dressed like patriots, militias.
Yep.
Doing the dirty work to make it seem like it was the average citizen doing it. But at the same time, it was the military and these different agencies doing the work. So they could blame it on the citizens and hence bring about bills like this.
That's right, bro. You got it.
A video clip has resurfaced from May of 2019 in which Kamala Harris fantasizes about weaponizing the DOJ against speech the government doesn't like and the platforms that allow it. What have they been saying now? Oh, Seaspiracies are saying that FEMA isn't helping the people, the government isn't, and that they're using weather manipulation to cause these things. And if that's the case, then what? It's causing these militias out here to hunt members of FEMA. We got to do something to keep this, to police this, negative stuff.
Hold on, that's right.
Kind.
Go ahead, you got it.
In the meantime, 1 month before a tense presidential election, the U.S. Department of Defense has authorized U.S. military defense intelligence components to use lethal force against American citizens if requested by state or local law enforcement in an emergency situation. Doesn't a hurricane sound like an emergency situation?
Yep.
Political unrest due to people not liking the results of the presidential election, or what else? They're talking about, Congress is talking about passing a new amendment that says that if there's a mass casualty event within Congress or the Senate, we don't have to vote in new members. We can just pick whoever we want. Which plays into what? That Unite for the Future UN meeting they just had, where they said if a major emergency happens, the WHO or the UN can take over duties from the government.
They also said never let a good crisis go to waste. So they're fully about taking advantage of what's happening, man. All right, FEMA look as if they're coming in to help you, but they're actually some of the people that's helping killing people as well. All right. They're coming in the back. They're starting the fire and coming the back door as the ambulance, man, or the firemen. All right, but we know, like the brother said, we know the agenda of the elites, man. All right, it's what? Problem, reaction, solution.
Order out of chaos.
Order out of chaos. All right, and we on the verge of that, man. We on the cusp of all out guerrilla warfare on this land. You about to get you might as well call it a drone warfare now. All right, you're going to get AI technology warfare. There's going to be a whole different type of fight, a battle. You got it.
Hey, that's beautiful you said that, because if it doesn't say this in this article, Richie from Boston was going over this same, Department of Defense bill, and it was saying some of those methods that could be used were unmanned.
Unmanned.
So what does that deal with? Exactly.
Yes, brother.
Lethal force against American citizens if requested by state or local law enforcement in an emergency situation. Speaking at the annual NAACP, nigga organization, which is run by gutter rats, Fight for Freedom Fund dinner in Detroit, Harris threatened, "We will put the Department of Justice of the United States back in the business of justice. We will double the Civil Rights Division and direct law enforcement to counter this extremism." Say, not only, they talk about white supremacy and all that right-wing extremism to give the narrative to come against these things, but who's their ultimate target? The men of the Lord.
Men of the Lord,
because this word, is looked at as extremism and exciting hate. I haven't watched the documentary yet, but brothers have been putting it in circulation that some Edomite, I think he was interviewing ISUPK, is talking about, oh, look, this is a hate group,
Yeah.
I
saw that. I clicked on it a little bit. I saw brothers put it in the chat, so I haven't checked it out.
So that narrative is getting put out there, and when this devil comes down in great wrath, hey, we're going to get swept up in it as well. What did Yahushua say? And what did it even say in Isaiah? That I was numbered amongst the transgressors.
Yep.
I'm going to jump down. It's Federal Directive 5240.01 is a treasonous abuse of power. The U.S. Department of Defense issued a federal directive on September 27th that allows U.S. military troops to be used to, in quotes, assist state and local law enforcement upon request with actions up to and including lethal force. This is Directive 5240.01. The timing of the directive is interesting. 1 month before an election that is widely expected to generate chaos and civil unrest. I'll read this last part. Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including deletion or serious bodily injury.
And Trump been spoke about, like you say, you got this presidential.
I got it. That's the second.
Trump been spoke about bringing those old ancient ways of execution back, man.
Draconian
dragon
way.
Yes.
Showing that dragon.
That's showing that dragon. You got it out.
It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials. What have they been saying? So many police have been leaving the force, and we can't get new recruits. So a bunch of these departments all across the country are at a deficit. These cities are falling into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It also includes law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much rounding up everybody, militias, patriots, and as old Kamala said, we're going to use the Department of Justice to combat, extremism online. But something.
Yeah, real quick. And this part of the plan to break this place down. This is Isaiah 24 and 10. It says the city of confusion is broken down. So what's happening here, right? You're going that word confusion in the Hebrew is what? Babal. What?
Babylon.
Babel
in the Hebrew.
It's Babel, which means confusion. All right, Salakia. All right, so what's happening here? Everything is put in place for confusion, and then they need the order. But in order for them to implement the order, they have to create something. Something has to come into play. So look for a false flag or some type of agenda of some sort that they can capitalize from, man. All right, because the people still in the stupor. They just worry about the rat race, going to work and paying their bills and trying to keep up with the rising food prices and just keep up with the economy. But the economy is already dead, man. It's already at an all-time high, which is an all-time low for the people. You got it, bro.
I got one to back you up.
Yep, you got it.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'm going to read verses 16 to 17. And remember, when we read that article, it makes it seem like, if law enforcement can't handle anything bad, we need the military to help us out. This is a good thing.
Yep.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, order out of chaos. But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Ooh, I gotta get this.
He will weep with his eyes. Oh my God, innocent people are getting looted and killed. We gotta help the people. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yep.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. All these situations taking place, are being manipulated by the elites to bring about the chaos so he can come in like the hero with the solution, which means what? More draconian measures, less rights, 15-minute cities, and ultimately you having that haragma in Revelation 13 and 16 inside you.
Yep, this the word confusion in that Isaiah 24 and 10. You're going to love it.
Strong's H8414, Tohu.
Yeah.
Tohu.
It says formlessness, unreality, emptiness. That which is empty or unreal of idols, a wasteland wilderness, the place of chaos.
Straight to the point, the
Vanity.
place of chaos. And what it say back in that lamentation?
Place of
For
chaos.
our vain help.
Yep.
And you Jakes go down to the city of confusion, America for help, but it's vain, and you're really going into the place of chaos.
And technically right now, 2/3 of our people is in that wilderness of old, and they're gonna be swallowed and devoured by it, right? But the elect gonna make it out. They're gonna be covered in that day. That's something.
What does it say? Confusion, unreality, emptiness.
Yep.
You're going into a house that's burning.
Burning. Yep.
We live in an
Shut
unreality. This whole society,
burning
America,
building.
is not based on reality. It does
Yep.
everything contrary to reality. Hence why these people are in confusion.
Yep.
Why a B thinks he's a G, vice versa. You know, people don't know what a woman is. It's just complete madness over here.
Yep.
No real food. No, it's just, you can go on and on.
Come on, I'm gonna go down and get these last two. It says Isaiah 24:10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up. Like, and then when you go in that Ecclesiastes 12, the economists that's running this place, they done ran this place in the ground, man. It's ran in the ground. All right, it tell you in Ecclesiastes what that's 10 and 18 that the house drop it through. All right,
just go put in which businesses are laying off right now.
Yep.
And you got businesses across all fields, from tech to retail to anything you can think of, laying off tens of thousands of workers.
Which is major players in the economy. Because tech workers play a major role. Going into that fourth leg.
That tech workers play
there
a
you
major
go, yeah. Going into that fourth leg of that industrial revolution, with that AI merging man with machine, they're trying to replace you with bots, man. Those bots are putting, you saw brothers putting in that, the Tesla bots, all right, different things like that. So to lay off these tech giants, all right, now you leave no control of the robots. They just gonna let the robots go like iRobot, man.
Even old Elon said, this AI it's releasing the demon.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
it's
that's
doing.
the plan.
Yeah, it's a plan of malfunctioning. Machines malfunction, man. All right. Oh, this technology. Technology is the study of machines, man. So when you're studying these machines, you got a guy that's the face of it, Elon Musk. You're gonna just see him step down. Don't be surprised like he just stepped down from Tesla and
I mean, BG, we can't even say his name, stepped down from Microsoft.
Yeah, he just stepped down.
Now he's a farmer. He's an entrepreneur.
A pharmaceutical tech.
A realtor.
A realtor. Man. Right. It says, verse 11, there's a crying for wine in the streets.
Understanding, answers.
All the joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone.
Which we can clearly see.
Entertainment.
They got so many videos out here of people complaining. They to the point to where they saying, look, we're in the collapse of an empire. Like, I would have never thought this could have happened to America. And you got the average everyday Starbucks drinker seeing it. So.
Yeah. How they kind of come up with the time about how long an empire fall?
About like I think 270 years.
Yeah, give or take.
In America, I think exceeded it by a couple of years.
All right, that by it.
And we're in a collapse.
We're in a collapse, man. All right. It says the mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. You got it.
Hey, the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. And that destruction is quickly coming. And when you read down, it says, it pretty much just goes into the nukes. Because that's going to be the cherry on top of everything that's about to take place.
Yep.
But I'm going to get that second article. Since you brought up DJ Donald Trump. This is on newrepublic.com. Trump goes full dictator with threat to turn military on U.S. citizens. But wait, I thought Trump was, bringing back, make America great again. Again, it's two horns like a lamb on that dragon. Whoever wins, we lose. Donald Trump now wants to use military force against people who oppose him. Blah, blah, blah. Speaking with Fox News' Maria Bartiromo on Sunday, the Republican presidential nominee claimed that the real election day issue is the enemy from within. I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within, Trump said, deflecting Bartiromo's baseless suggestion that Chinese immigrants in the country or grapists would interfere in the outcome of the election. Not even the people that have come in and destroying our country, by the way, totally destroying our country. We have some very bad people, Trump continued. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. So Trump's saying what? Those on the left are going to cause violence. Kamala saying those on the right are going to cause violence. But at the end of the day, all you Americans are going to be grouped in as target number one.
They got the article that Trump said you got to be stupid to put old people in charge of it. You saw that one?
I didn't see that one.
He said you got to be stupid. It's almost like it's asinine because he's getting put in charge of a elect official or something like that. He in the 70s. He like, you got to be stupid to put an old person in charge to do this in the country. I got to pull that, brother.
Okay.
But You're dealing with a man who just his whole disposition is just a reckless abandonment, brother. Like, just check him out. And this reckless abandonment, abandon. It says it's an idiom that means to act in a wild and reckless way. You saw him at them presidential battles or what they was when it was
the debates.
The debates, the political debates, which all political theater. It says to act in a wild and reckless way without regard for the consequences, the opinions of others, or what is considered sensible.
Hey, what's been the main issue those on the left have had with Trump? He's not presidential. He's just saying any goddamn thing. He's making everything look like a joke.
Yep. Unrestrained surrender to impulse or passion.
That's him. Like,
that's him.
The Twitter king.
He a wild boy. He said, without, they want to take me to jail. They want to lock me up.
They're making rap songs about what they when Trump survived his deletion attempt. They put his head on 50 Cent's body called Trump Bulletproof. It's just a Jake. It's just not a Jake, but it's just a joke out here.
You got the political theater going around that they got this special military group following him around, at checkpoints and different things, of somebody trying to assassinate him. One thing about the elites, they don't try, they do, right? Let's get that out the way. They want, this is all political theater. It says, without regard, unrestrained surrender to impulse or passion, without regard for conviction, convention, appearances, good sense, or risk. Got it.
Hey, that's him all day. He's just saying anything, to please his constituents, but then he'll do the exact opposite. Just look at 2019 to 2021. He brag about getting the juice out there, but his whole base is against the juice.
Yeah, he ruthless. Even he contradict himself, like you say. First he won't build a wall. Now he's saying, I think you said earlier in the video,
we need to let him in legally.
We need to let him in
because we don't have enough. We don't have enough workers for jobs. When you got a bunch of people that are working multiple jobs out here and not making anything.
I gotta get that article where you say you gotta be stupid to let older people and go ahead. You can finish. We fine.
We have some very bad people, Trump continued. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics, and I think and it should be easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military, because they can't let that happen. And as we just read with that D.O.D. thing, what? If local law enforcement or local authorities can't handle it, then we can bring in the military that can use lethal force. Let's see. All right. All right. And Trump himself has leveraged the authoritarian rhetoric before as well. Speaking with Fox News' Janine Pirro, in September 2020, Trump warned that he would use force against Democrats if they chose to protest in the streets following his potential win on Election Day. We will put them down very quickly if they do that. We have the right to do that. We have the power to do that if they want, Trump said at the time. Look, it's called insurrection, he continued. We just send in and we do it very easy. I mean, it's very easy. I'd rather not do that because there's no reason for it. But if we had to, we'd do that and put it down within minutes. Of course, Trump did not send in the military to rein in the insurrection carried out by his own followers after he lost. Let's see. What is that? Trump. I want to miss it. But yeah. I mean, that's the main point. Trump is talking about using the National Guard or the military if there's political upheaval after the elections. And what? The D.O.D. just passed a new resolution saying that if things get hairy out here, the military or whoever can use lethal force.
Yeah.
So what? That again, as we brought out that Luke 19, that trench is being built, around you Americans, but mainly you Israelites, because you Israelites are going to be the main target of, this force that's about to come down.
Yeah. can't find it out.
Kind of, I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe or destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. And you know, these heathens out here, as well as the wicked of our people that don't want to get right. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And these elites see the writing on the wall. They see, you know, the prophets out there prophesying, and more Israelites, whether they're, you know, going off or, you know, they're right. What? Acknowledging that they're Israelites. And they understand that when Jake starts waking up, whatever heathen that's ruling at the time is going to be taken out of power. And they also know that they're the Edomites and what their fate is. So that devil is about to, you know, go full bore in trying to establish his NW0. A lot of you people, a lot of you Israelites are going to get caught in that meat grinder when he comes down in that great wrath.
Yep, I got it. I found it. This on the Independent, it says Trump, who was running for president at 78, says only stupid people put old people in top federal role.
And he's speaking with reckless abandon.
This is your soon-to-be president, if you know, if it be such. Or this the guy that was once president. But you know,
hey, he's speaking with reckless abandon.
Yeah,
just saying, abandon. Just saying anything, because I mean, shit. That goes without saying.
Yeah, but that's, you know, again, these federal officials, they constantly contradict themselves. They lie to the people to their face. They play all type of political theater. All right, but though yet our people still consumed by it, man. They still under that thumb or that rule of thumb of the wicked, and they just what? They hypnotized, brother. They can't seem to figure out what's going on when they're actually showing you and telling you what's going on before your eyes, man.
They're still looking for that vain help.
That vain help, brother.
They believing in the horns like a lamb, but not seeing the dragon that they're attached to.
Yeah, he come crouching, right? But when he crouch, that's his job to get you to what? Let your guards down so he could what? Consume you, man. All right, wisdom. A man's eyes is always in the ends of the earth. Your eyes should be where they supposed to be, man, on what's going on, man. You got that Israel, you know, that war situation going on where Russia just told Israel that they better not jet an eye at Iran in no kind of way, man.
Turkey talking about wanting smoke with Israel. Like everything just a powder keg right now.
It's up.
And that fuse is, it may seem like it's a long fuse, but it's steadily burning until everything just blows up. But I had just one more.
That's it. Yeah, I'll get it for you when we get it.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, read verses 70 to 74. Because while that enemy is about to come in like a trench on you Israelites, hey, you sincere brothers and sisters out there, you know, Abaratazah, this brother and myself are of that elect number. We're spending this time of grace right now, diligently doing whatever we can to have that hedge over us, to not cast away that hedge so that serpent doesn't bite us.
Yo, this 2nd Ezra 16, look at that. Just saying Elon Musk holds his first solo event in support of Trump in the Philadelphia suburb.
There you go. And what's Elon Musk known for? Them robots.
And if Trump deals with reckless abandon, what you think Elon Musk for? He for the cause too, right?
He want to put that charagma in your head. And how easy is it to just give if they're talking about these robots can take care of your kids and be a bartender, how much easier is it to put a damn M16 in their hand?
Yup, and just let them go by the way. They, you know, Elon Musk won't put that with us, that BCI,
that Neuralink.
Yup, that Neuralink. Yup, this 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 70.
Okay.
It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
And who are those that fear the Lord? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. First and foremost, the elect that are truly fearing the Lord. What was it saying? Romans chapter 10. They have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. You know, even the bugged out of our people, you know, still have some sense of spirituality. But regardless, this devil is coming down on the entire nation of Israel.
Yep. It says, They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
And those madmen are what? Soldiers, these mercenaries, these foreign troops. You throw them robots in there as well.
Yeah, and these lab made soldiers and
Whatever
super soldiers. Yeah, brother. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
And what is Jake going down to Egypt for? To keep their goods, keep their houses, keep the economy going, boys. They're saying you should be cast out of your houses. Your door's going to get kicked in. A lot of you going to get separated from your families and will get rounded off to a detention center.
Yeah. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in a fire.
And that's what the hopeful elect are working towards, to be of that gold, you know, that's going to be tried in the fire and refined. You know, that one, as it says in Zechariah, that one part that's going to go through the fire and make it, as gold and silver is tried, and not those 2/3 therein that are going to be cut off.
That's why we need the chaos to happen, because then it's going to determine who's the Lord chosen, right? As we do speak as the hopeful elect, all right, and we put on as the elect, through that chaos, we about to find out who's the Lord chosen, man. So we need it to happen. Like, we are looking like, let it be so. You know, even if not, brothers are that hard to let this kingdom leave, to where they like, look, if they're the chosen or not, just let it come down, man.
Sure, we want it to happen. Because,
yeah, we want it to happen, bro.
I was talking to another brother, you know, and this brother, before we started the video, man, we just going to work to kill time. We're getting paid to kill time. Like, that's all it is. So a bunch of bullshit in between.
Because we ain't getting ahead. You know, it's not, you know, it's just enough. You know, we getting raiment, our everyday nourishments, and that's all we need, man. To the Lord, what? Downtrod this kingdom, man. It says, hear, O my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
And that's exactly what we're waiting for.
Yep.
You know, we read these articles about, you know, lethal force getting used, the economy collapsing and all that. But what? That's a faith booster for us, because not only does it fit with prophecy that it's going to happen, but what? If we remain faithful, that we're going to make it through it.
That's right.
But as for, you know, the wicked of our people, just like you were trodden down by those Romans during 70 AD, you can be trodden down by those Romans again in the you know, the times that are quickly coming upon us.
Yes. They're about to put fire into the sanctuary of the Most High, man. Zion, his monument. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to be protected from the fire, man. You know, and that fire, that flood, that fire, they coming in madmen, is set up to what? Destroy 2/3 of our people that we're not hawking, man. Right to the Lord and the prophets, you know. But you got it, bro.
And hey, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim, out there, diligently pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom.
Shalom.